This is my customized e-bike. Do you have an e-bike yet? You better get one soon. Let's talk about why. All right, well, let me give you some reasons why I think if you've got the interest in e-bikes, you need to get one right now. You need to get it right now. And here's why. Number one, what are you waiting for? If you're still able-bodied enough to ride a bike and you've got the interest in trying one out, at least go rent one and try it. But get it now while you can still ride it, have fun on it, keeps you physically fit and young. I don't think you'd go wrong buying one. I've let a lot of people ride this bike and no one has returned from the ride with a frowny face, okay? These are a blast. They're so much fun to ride. I should have gotten it sooner. I feel like I was ahead of the game getting it 2 years ago because they are blowing up now. It's taken several months to get them now shipped to you, which I got this one in a matter of like a week when I ordered it back in the day. I'm not exactly sure why the huge demand increase in e-bikes lately. They're finally catching on. Not sure what it is exactly, but I did read some articles on it and they were stating some crazy numbers like sales up 50, 80, 140% on these different e-bike websites. So they're definitely becoming a hot item. And I think if you want to get one, you got to get it now. It's going to be a load of fun. It's going to keep you young. You know, I looked at my YouTube analytics and I think it was about 70% of the people that watch my videos are over 40. So I don't care if you're 42 or you're 82, you know, if you can still ride a bike, get out there, man. Carpe the diem. Why are you waiting? Don't wait. Try one. You know, my grandfather rode a regular bike till like well into his 80s. And that dude was in good shape, good health, skinny, lived to be like 98. I'm hoping I got those genes. So that's my first reason. Why wait? Why? Don't wait. Just do it. The second thing I'll say is, I don't know where you guys live, but I live in North Carolina and it's August. And if you order a bike, it's gonna take probably 2 months to get here with the demand right now. So now you're into the fall. You know, you want to get it before winter. My parents just got theirs and, you know, they live in a place where they're going to get feet of snow this winter. So they've got a couple months of riding before they're going to have to pack them in. And that's it. So if you live in a spot with a bad winter, get it now so you got at least a little bit of time to ride it. I suppose you can ride it in the snow if you're ambitious enough. Let's take a quick look at this thing. I haven't changed too much on it lately. I just did all the graphics and I put my own graphics on there, you know, the CitizenCycle and my website and everything. Got rid of a lot of the rad logos. This once was a 2018 rad Rover, but I consider it my own creation now that I've made so many alterations to it. It's not a rad anymore, even though I did leave that. Those logos are painted on, they're not stickers, but anyway, here is another important reason you need to get this bike now. You ready? You got to get it now before they ruin the experience, because they're going to. Just mark my words, in 5 years from now, these things will be so like heavily regulated that you're going to have to put a registration sticker on it and they'll limit the amount of watts in the motor and the police will be handing out tickets on them. And so right now they don't care at all. I've ridden this bike 30 miles an hour past the cop. They don't care. I ran into one downtown the other day and he stopped me, and because he wanted to talk about his e-bike. Not that I was doing anything wrong or he wanted to know what mine was. He wanted to tell me about his. So no one bothers me at all on this thing, on the greenways, the sidewalks, the streets, wherever. You know, no one, I don't think, really understands what it is yet. So get it now while you still got the freedom to use it as a bicycle and not a vehicle. I have people comment routinely on my videos saying, you know, I live in Canada or I live in Norway or, you know, Denmark, wherever, and their bikes are limited. You know, they can't even buy a powerful bike. It's 250 watts and that's it. And if they get caught with something more powerful, they get like fined or the bike gets confiscated, which that is ridiculous. I can't believe that. I mean, I can go out and buy a 1,000 or 1,500 watt e-bike here and ride around and no one bothers me whatsoever about it. But you got to get it now while you still got the freedom to ride it in a park or a greenway or whatever, because it's the day's coming, I'm sure, where they'll just ruin the experience for everybody and make it into a vehicle and not a freedom machine, which it is right now. The next thing I'll say is you need to get it now in particular because of the state of the world. It gets you out of the house and gets you doing something to get a little bit of exercise. I don't know about you guys, but I work from home full time now. So I'm in the house all day long. I need something to get me out of the house and keep my sanity. So this bike lets me do that. I think a lot of people are probably in that same boat. They used to have a 45-minute or an hour commute to work, and then they would stop at the store on the way home and whatever. And now they can't do that because they're stuck at home all day long. So, you know, get this thing to get you out and about and out of your house and get some fresh air. I think that's a great reason to get one right now, if you got the money for it. All right, I'm gonna give you another reason right here. This is a big one. This could be the biggest reason right now to buy an e-bike right now, and that is supply chain. You're already seeing that it takes a month or two to get these bikes now. And that's because I think most of them are built in China, or at least overseas. So they all use roughly the same components. They're all, you know, Shimano shifters and Bafang motors, and all that stuff I think is produced overseas. So if you live in the United States like I do, we're already seeing with the increased demand and the fact that everything's made overseas, they're getting tougher and tougher to get these, at least in a timely manner. So given the state of the world, I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that you're probably gonna see those wait times for these bikes get longer and longer. I mean, it won't be long before you're waiting, you know, 2 or 3 or 4 months to get just any e-bike, because they just can't get them over here, or they can't get the parts to make them here. So get it now before the supply chain just completely breaks, because that's probably a very real possibility. That's one of the main reasons that I bought this Rad Rover back in 2018, because it was available. A lot of the bikes I was looking at the time were all kind of Kickstarter or Indiegogo type bikes where they were on pre-order. You know, and I bought this thing in, I think, May of 2018, May or June, somewhere in there. If I want to purchase one of those other ones I was looking at, I would have had to wait until December to get it, where the Rad Power bikes were available immediately to ship. So that's why I ended up getting this one initially, and that's why I got my fiance's bike. I ordered that one back in, I think, March or April of this year. It was a Rad Mini step through, and I got it because it was one of the few I found that was available immediately. I ordered it on a Thursday and it arrived on like a Tuesday. It came fast, and as soon as I got it, like, they just sold out immediately, and now you gotta wait forever to get them. I mean, the time to buy is when no one else wants it. That way it's available, it's cheap, and you can get it. Now the demand is surging, so you're already a little behind if you haven't bought one yet. I'd say just pull the trigger, man. Pull the trigger and get one before it is too late and you can't get one. It'll be actually really interesting to see if some point in the future there becomes a used e-bike market. I don't know that really exists. I'm sure there's a few out there here and there, but maybe that's my calling. I'll become a used e-bike dealer. That would be a lot of fun. That would be a lot of fun. Well, there you have it. There's a few of the reasons I think you should go out and get one right now. Hopefully that was informative or helpful in some way. That's the goal of my channel, is to provide some sort of useful information and also to inspire you folks to get on an e-bike and try one. So if I accomplish that, I'm happy. If you're curious more about my bike and what I've done to alter it, you can either check back through my video library. I've done quite a few on this bike. I've got them all saved in a playlist called Rad Rover. I'm taking name suggestions for this bike because I still don't know what to call it yet. It's not really a Rad Rover anymore. I've changed everything on it. If you're curious about accessories I've done to the bike, that's probably one of the biggest questions I get. So I ended up just creating a website, ridewithcitizen.com, where I list out all the accessories I've done to all my motorcycles and this e-bike. So you can click through the links and go get it if you want. A lot of them are, you know, Amazon links, so just know that if you click them, you're going to go to Amazon. Let me know if you think of anything I could add to the website that would be useful or fun. I've gotten a couple suggestions on that I am kicking around. I think it was SMG 2040 or something like that was the username that sent me a pretty good one, which I'm considering. I think that's who it was. So more on that later. But take a look at this. Look at this ride. Right? Wouldn't you much rather be doing this than watching Netflix right now? Let's go see where this trail goes. I'd rather be out doing this, exploring this trail, than watching The Bachelorette. I will be changing out these tires. They don't inspire a lot of confidence off-road. Being that I popped them once before, a stick just came in and stabbed the tire and popped it. I feel like I'm just riding on giant thin balloons with these tires. I'm sure that's not the case, but it's just, being that I popped it before, that's how I feel. So I am going to change these out. And I'm still, I think I've decided which tires I'm going with. That's going to be a video coming up here relatively soon, I hope. The one back, my back tire is kind of thin. I feel like it needs replaced, so we're just going to do both at the same time, of course. I'm not an off-roader. I'm just gonna lift my bike over that. I'll lift my 90-pound bike over that. But yeah, I believe I've come to a conclusion on which tires I'm going to get. I'll surprise you with that in my tire video, but I think they are going to match my needs perfectly. I spent numerous days researching which tires to get. I pretty much never ride off-road like this. Oh, just went through a huge spider web. Probably covered in spiders. All right. I guess we gotta go this way. We'll go over this one. All right, no pop tires. What is this mess? Tall grass. Just power through. All right, there we go. Woo! Back out on the main road. All right, so upcoming video on tires. Keep on the lookout for that. Wow, there's tons of dragonflies around here. Why so many this year? So weird. I'll always take video suggestions if anybody has one. A lot of the ones I get are just take a relaxing ride. I don't know. I try to do videos when I'm doing interesting stuff. Figured you guys wouldn't want to see a boring, relaxing ride. Tonight was pretty relaxing. All right, well, hope you enjoyed. Shoot me a comment with some video ideas. Subscribe, like. Till next time.